Thank you for choosing our Patio Heat channel. I'm Steve. We provide tips and information to extend the enjoyment of your patio project. Our videos give you a knowledgeable overview prior to investing in your outdoor heating equipment. Whether you are a professional or owner-builder, we provide specific details for optimum heat coverage for your application. Post a comment or question, or for developed visual designs, send your request into designs@patioheat.com. We're here to work with you. For over 30 years, patio heating is the bedrock of our business, expressing what works best. Now let's get heating. All right, so we have this residential application. Let's go first right into the overall dimensions I have. So overall dimensions I have is a 30-foot section here, and we have a 12-foot section here. So from outside edge to outside edge. They also mentioned that the ceiling is going to be about 10 feet off the finished floor. Now I actually have it based off of this edge right here. But yeah, so 10 feet off the finished floor. There's going to be 2 fans, and there's also going to be some recessed lighting in here. I'm going to talk about that recessed lighting here in just a bit. The fans that I have is 5'2.5" inches in diameter. And yeah, let's go ahead and look at what we can do. So first of all, they did request for gas units, and so I'm happy with the Sunpak outdoor heaters. These particular units that I'm placing here are S34s, or they could be TSHs, which is a 2-stage hardwired unit. The 2-stage hardwired unit allows the heater to be at either 25,000 BTUs or 34,000 BTUs, just depending on what the temperature is going to be. Now this particular application is in a very cold climate, they had mentioned, and they want to extend the seating positions or occupied space out here as far as they can. Now I can't tell people what you can handle as far as temperatures are concerned. Let's say it's 30 degrees outside. Personally, I'm not acclimated to that 30-degree temperature, so personally I would not feel comfortable most likely unless I get acclimated to those temperatures based on where I live. So but some people are acclimated to those temperatures and they need just a little bit of heat in order to make it comfortable for them. So these are again 34,000 BTU units, or up to that point, and I have them placed one in the center here, and then the other ones, if you look at the distances I have, so actually I think they're about 10 foot center to center. Let me place that on here real quick and just verify that. So this is the center point here and center point here, so actually 9.5 feet center to center on the heater itself, from this point to the center point here. They're also centered within the patio structure itself, based on the I believe right here from this edge here to this edge over here, but center point kind of based on what the fans are and what they are looking for. Also, you can see that we have the heater itself at 8 foot 2 inches off the finished floor, based on the clearances above a 34,000 BTU unit. Clearances above is 14 inches minimum clearance, and then there's clearances below, and that's one thing that we want to make sure that we're meeting, is clearances below the heater. On the outer edge here, I believe it is 17 inches. Let me just re-verify that, but I believe it's actually not 17 inches. Let me grab this real quick, the geometry here. Let's see if I can do that. There we go, and we'll go from this point right here to the outer edge right here. Yeah, 17 inches, yes. Okay, so 17 inches on the outer edges, all four, and then this side here is 24 inches actually, and then down below is 4 feet deep to any combustible surface. So let me go ahead and turn that off right now, and I'm going to turn off the distances that I have, and let's see if I could do that. And oops, hang on 1 second. There we go. So yeah, these would be the ideal locations I have. And just so you're wondering, well, what if I put them on the outer edge and put them at 30-degree tilts? Well, once you do that, and I'm going to show this real quick here. Once you do that, let's just say we put 4 units out here. I'm going to take these others off for a second. But once you do that, you have to increase the clearances above the heater. And so that now is, I believe, 17 inches of clearance here. And, you know, the heater drops further down. And that's why I'm not really choosing this particular position. However, would it work? Yeah, it would work. The heat ray would be very good, something like this. And you can see that, you know, if we were to just put, you know, 3 units in, let's just delete that one here for a minute and move this over. I'm going to put it over about 5 feet because I did have it at 10 feet center to center on those 2 units. But you can see that, you know, 3 units would, you know, heat up this area fairly decently, especially, you know, if you're sitting here, you know, having that heat based straight down on you, that would be very, very comfortable during those colder climates. Now, one thing here is most people will feel that heat ray about 8 foot away from the heater. Past that 8-foot section, when it's mounted on a wall surface, I'm talking 8 feet from here to out here, that's where that comfort level drops, you know, pretty significantly. So and then also you can see there's a TV here, and that would not be something I would like to see as well. So this is not my favorite application here. Let's go back to what my preferred application is, which is the 3 units, and that's why I was talking about the recessed lighting. If you're able to remove the recessed lighting, because if the lighting is right above here, which I believe it is, then obviously it's going to reflect on the top of the heater, and that would be an issue with regards to the light itself. So maybe you could put the light fixtures out here and add an extra one on the left and one on the right, and same, you know, throughout the whole span here. So this would be a perfect application here. And yeah, the other, you know, things here, you can see that, you know, you're not in that intense ray here specifically. However, there are overlapping rays right here, and this is infrared light wave. So infrared light wave is bending and stretching. You can see that these lines are not perfectly straight because of the fact that they're bending and stretching throughout that span. And when that happens, you know, the overlapping rays between the 2 heaters will make this comfortable as well. So another thing about this I want to talk about is, let's see here, you know, being very, very cold climates, I would say that having a drop down that comes down reduces the air movement through a patio structure. So cold air is reduced and will make it much more, you know, comfortable should you have, you know, a drop down here and maybe, you know, 1 or 2 on this front side here that allows that reduction of air, cold air movement throughout a patio. So that's something else just to think about, is putting something like this. Now, the last thing I want to mention is the fact that the images that I had received appeared as if this is a vinyl roof. Now, vinyl roofs can be an issue with regards to, you know, exhaust out of a gas heater. So exhaust out of a gas heater comes up and fills in this space, and this is why you'll see that I have this little section here that doesn't look like what they have on their particular plan. But so the exhaust is flowing up here. It's going to fill up this whole entire space until it heats up enough to where, you know, it's going to come out below the beam coming across here. Now, I'm not 100% certain that this is a beam, so could you actually, you know, cut a hole in here? Let's just do that real quick here. This is just going to be a quick something very simple, but could you actually cut this through here and make this a vent of some sort? You know, is that possible? Maybe, I don't know. If it's a solid vent or a solid beam going across here, that's probably something you cannot do. And so we'll go ahead and change that and go back here, and let's go ahead and show what else you might be able to do is, you know, allow for a ventilation above the ceiling here of some sort, so that the exhaust gases flow up and out and into, you know, the attic space. Maybe you could take a vent and, you know, go all the way up to your attic vent that's out here. I'm not sure that they have an attic vent right here, but let's just say that there is one. That will allow those exhaust gases to flow out that way. I'm not 100% certain that this isn't a second floor either, so that's something else to keep in mind. Another idea would be is to maybe get a let's see if I have that on here. I did, but let's see if I have it here. There we go. So maybe you can get a vacuum that's made for ventilations to install here, and comes into the patio itself. And when you turn on the heater, you have some sort of relay switch, something of that nature, that will actually turn on the vacuum and suck the exhaust gases out and, you know, into the outer edge over here, something of that nature. I'm not 100% certain that that's can be performed, but that's just another idea. So the reason that I'm bringing all this up again is the fact that if this is vinyl type of ceiling, you know, vinyl is going to warp if this gas gets all built up above the patio structure itself. So that's why I'm very concerned about that particular portion of it. So turn that off here, and yeah, I think that's about it. But this would be my preferred application, as long as we can remove the exhaust gases from the inside. Now let's just say that this is all wood, then that should not be a problem with regards to exhaust gases. However, you know, that's a technical thing, I should say, because technically speaking, you know, the exhaust gases need to be evacuated based on enclosed spaces. And if this is non-enclosed, this should be okay. However, exhaust gases are going to build up here. So that's one of my concerns about this particular application. Now, being that these are 34,000 BTUs, and the fact that they are in a very cold climate, I would be my preferred type of heater, because of the fact that, you know, if you went with electric heaters, for instance, yes, they work great. There's no issue with regards to them. But if you're trying to push that heat all the way to the maximum that you can get, something like this is, you know, much better as far as BTU output. The highest electric heater, I believe, is like 20,600 BTUs roughly, and this is 34,000 BTUs. So much more comfortable in very, very cold climates. So all right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you'd like us to review your plans, send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and please tap that like button if you find this video interesting, and subscribe to our channel. We're really we help out other customers, and the way that they find us is through your help, simply by thumbs up and subscribing. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. Have an excellent day.